don't show up with clear plans to move forward. This is not the time to just feel giddy that we got something done. You got to show up. Okay, we are going to declare a homeless state of emergency in LA as of today, as of Monday. Now, where are the plans to get this done? And it's in the planning part that some of us have not always shown up. We've been great at working, at organizing, at moving together to get things set up. But once they're set up, what are we going to do?
Right. So, Mayor Bass, I'm sure you saw the inauguration, her speech. She said that she will be out today, her first day in office, declaring that state of emergency for the city of Los Angeles.
Right. Yeah, I expect her to be an excellent mayor. She's basically coming to the office with all kinds of preparation, working with people, being a negotiator, being someone who can bring various kinds of folk with various ideas to the table and get some clarity, get a clear plan for moving forward. She's very good at that. And that was the difference between the candidates, actually. You had somebody who was used to walking in, just taking over, it's going to be my way or the highway, or somebody who actually was coming to the table to try to bring 15 different council districts into one accord and getting all those various commissions and all the other crazy ways that the city works to get them focused on getting things done as opposed to just having petty fights. Yeah. Which is what a lot of them do.
Which we don't have time nor money for right now. Dr. David Horne is my partner in politics this morning. You're welcome to join in. Love to have you on and hear what you think. 800-920-1580. It's KBLA Talk 1580. We're unapologetically progressive.
More of First Things First with Dominique DiPrima when we come forward.
Leaving things half done? Not a good option. Like a half-baked peach cobbler.
A gummy crust? I don't think so.
A half-done hairdo.
All done.
Shouldn't the curls be on both sides?
Or a half of a domino.
Bam! Big six!
But where's the other half?
Don't go halfway, especially with your immunity to COVID-19. Keep everyone safer this season by staying up to date with your vaccines and boosters. Visit myturn.ca.gov to find one near you. Brought to you by the California Department of Public Health.
Okay, so here's the truth about December 17th and why you should register on DionRamble.com. Okay, get ready. DionRamble.com and why you should register for a free event about contracts. December 17th to be with me, Rambo, and my special guest. First of all, if you don't have a lot of contracts right now, you need to be there. Like, the whole new year is coming in. I've been doing these events for a while now. Every event has over 500 minority business owners there. So if you haven't attended, you need to attend. And if you have attended, you probably already started winning contracts because the event's free. December 17th is a Saturday. It's only for 2 hours. My special guest can only talk up to 6 minutes. And these are the mayor's office, LA counties talking about contracts, the city, DionRamble.com. So if I haven't convinced you December 17th to come to DionRamble.com and register, I really don't know what else to do. It's all about contracts. This DionRamble.com, DionRamble.com.
Three-time WNBA champions, the Los Angeles Sparks, jump into their 27th season this summer with the most games ever in league history. Every seat in crypto is an incredible ticket into an experience of world-class professional basketball, jam-packed with in-game entertainment. Now is the time to get ahead of the holidays. Don't be the person grabbing a gas station gift card. Impress your fam and friends with an unforgettable experience. Secure your seats now at lasparks.com/tickets.
With one of the best savings rates in America, banking with Capital One is the easiest decision in the history of decisions. Even easier than choosing Slash to be in your band.
Next up for lead guitar. You're in.
cool.
Yep, even easier than that. And with no fees or minimums on checking and savings accounts, is it even a decision? That's banking reimagined. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com/bank for details. Capital One N.A. member FDIC.
Where do holiday happenings take over every aisle? Lowe's, actually. Right now, you'll save big on everything you need for the holiday season. Get up to 50% off select pre-lit Christmas trees and holiday living LED string lights. Plus, save on your gift list with up to 50% off select tools and accessories. The holidays are here, and so are the savings. Only at Lowe's. Offers valid through 12/14. Selection varies by location while supplies last.
Your ancestors' favorite radio station, and your favorite morning show host. Let's get back to Dominique DiPrima right now.
Indeed. Let's get back to Dr. David Horne right now, Professor Emeritus and forever reparations activist. And we're talking about, the swearing in of the mayor. It was a beautiful, beautiful inauguration. It was great to see Stevie Wonder up there singing and Chloe Bailey. She had Ken Wong from the UCLA Labor Center. She had Las Cafeteras. She had a, very multicultural, multi-ethnic, political party interfaith group up there. And I think that made a strong statement.
It did. It was like the triumph of the community organizers. we finally gotten our champion where she can make a difference. I'll take that back. She's been making a difference all along, but this is you in charge. You can make a difference now being in charge as opposed to trying to figure out ways of getting those in charge to act properly. You in charge. This will be a great test for a lot of those who demand access, and for a lot of those who want to. You are clear that what you are doing in the community is the way to go. Well, we finally have somebody who understands that. We also have to understand, however, that the mayor is not the czar of the city of LA. The mayor is not the driver of all the trains for LA. The mayor is in charge of, the buck stops there. The decisions that will be made about how LA moves forward will have to go through her.
Yeah. It's interesting. Some folks are, people are positioning themselves, and this has happened throughout the campaign, to the left of Mayor Bass, which is, normal. I mean, there's tons of folks to the right of her, too. But when you talk about activists who want to gain access, I just hope that folks will make the presentation, make the plan, make the pitch instead of going right to attacking. I've seen some folks attacking on social media, and I'm just, I'm like rolling my eyes at that.
A lot of people, all they know is the activism. They really don't know how to lay their sword down and work on what they have achieved. In other words, activism has to have a purpose. You have to actually have something that you are trying to get to. But once you get there, you got to be able to deal with getting there and not just, everything is activism. You never stop. So you're right. Some of the complainers and some of the noise makers have already started because all they know how to do is make noise.
I feel like there's noise making or protesting that can never stop as long as you're putting on specific pressure points and, something that you're trying to accomplish. I mean, we talked about this a lot, Dr. Horne. If President Obama had the level of activism in the streets that we were at in 2020, he would have gotten a lot more done, even if some of that protest seemed to be against him, because it pushes all lawmakers towards our goals. But just up there talking smack because, she's not Che Guevara is just stupid to me. I'm sorry. That's an unpopular opinion with certain people, but it's just, come on now. We have the opportunity to get some stuff done. Let's get some stuff done, not just talk a bunch of smack.
But as we all understand, there are those who are not ready to really be successful. There are those who are not ready to actually get to that end point. That now that all of the work that we have done has been, we can see, the result of that. Now let's work out a plan. Let's work out actually showing that what we fought for means that we are now in charge and we can actually get something done. Now let's put all of our energy and all of our smartness and our research abilities, all that stuff. Now let's focus all of that on getting real work done for the city of L.A.
Right. Here's an example. The Mayor Bass said yesterday, and she also said it Saturday at our Welcome Home Mayor-elect Bass event, that that her plan for public safety right now includes neighborhood public safety councils where we can get input from each community about how they want to work with the city to make their neighborhood safe. So some of the folks that were critical because they didn't want more police in our neighborhoods, and I agree with more police doesn't necessarily make us safer. In fact, it typically doesn't if you're in a black and brown community. So then we need to me, that's the pressure point. Go to organize around your community and make sure that public safety in your community looks like what we want it to look like in our reimagined understanding of public safety. And then, let Brentwood have all the cops they want. I mean, I think maybe not all they want. That would break the whole budget. But you understand what I'm saying. This is an opportunity to organize within the framework of what she's putting out there that can give you the results you want for whatever community you're advocating. So protest that. We want this. We don't want this. Specifically, rather than just saying, you're not progressive enough.
Exactly. You people who are so used to simply complaining and protesting that, again, they don't realize when they won that you don't need to protest and complain now. What you need to do is lay out a plan to get what you say needs to be done.
Well, maybe they don't feel they won. I mean, to be fair, maybe they don't feel they've won. I mean, some folks, there's a lot of abolitionists in the city who won't feel that they've won until they abolish the police, abolish prisons. But, smart, as you say, smart activists.
That's not going to happen.
Okay, well, whether it is or isn't, I mean, we can argue that all day. But to me, again, I see an opportunity here. We have two black mayors recently elected. We have a progressive with a track record of action who is our mayor. I mean, she's just not some lady that, this is not a Val Deming situation where we'd be happy to get a Democrat of any stripe. We've got an actual community organizer with the track record. And if you don't know what that is, that means you haven't been paying attention.
No, I agree with you, Dominique. I agree with you totally. I've worked with folk who were great in the fight. They were great in the protest and the organizing sessions and planning to make sure that we undermine those in charge. They have been great as long as we've been doing that. But once we actually got something done, the people we were trying to get out of office, we took out of office, and we put somebody in who was much more on our side. We ended up attacking them because you are now the enemy because you were in charge. And so what finally we understood was we were just on automatic to attack whoever was in charge. We were not really ready to be in charge ourselves. We were not ready to make that, to take that leap, take that step upward.
Hopefully we've gotten more sophisticated since then. I hope so.
I don't think. I don't think we have. But
I thought this was the I told you so victory tour. Now you're back to being pessimistic.
Let me give you an example. The idea that each community should lay out a set of plans for how it wants its community to be maintained and supported, and whether that means more police, less police. There's going to be a big fight over Leimert Park, over the park itself, and how to deal with that whole area over there. And some people are just going to attack any situation that says police need to open and close the park and police need to be anywhere. But without the police, we had slave trading going on in that in the park. They were doing terrible things to young women. All kind of crazy stuff was going on in the park until there was some kind of order established. So the people who now will get a chance to lay out some planning for how to properly operate Leimert Park, how to properly run it so that it is beneficial to the most people.
But Leimert Park, aka Africa Town, USA, is right now there's a lot of regulation going on from the intervention community and other community-based organizations. That is, BLM and Africa Town and others, Community Build, that are helping to keep it together, and that is not law enforcement based. It's in cooperation with the city. Go ahead.
You're right. But there are people in this area who say no police. We want to get rid of all the police.
Right, abolitionists. Yeah.
And that is an irresponsible position, given when they, in the short moments when we've actually had no police because they just wouldn't be bothered. It wasn't that they were not available; they just didn't show up. The park got basically turned out. So what we are saying is now that we actually have the opportunity to lay out some plans for a better result, those people who are more logical should step forward, and not just those who know how to raise hell and take names. We need planning. This is organized planning now, not just organized noise making.
Well, yeah, okay. Progress. We can do a whole show on that, and maybe one day we will, because, the argument about abolition is a whole other argument. That said, I think the plan to have folks have input, this is how we prefer to keep ourselves safe in our community, is a good plan. It's a good way forward. I think it's a smart response to some of the criticism that Mayor Bass has gotten to her public safety plan. Okay, partner with me, because every community, every neighborhood doesn't have to have the same blueprint. And I think that's right. If you look at what's happening with the Metro ambassadors here, with the new Leimert Park station, if you look at the work of organizations like Second Call, you see that, we are keeping us safe more than perhaps other areas. Dr. Horne, when we come forward, I want to talk Kevin DeLeon. Kevin DeLeon, apparently now a heavyweight boxer. We'll look at that when we come forward on KBLA Talk 1580.
She's reclaiming her time on KBLA Talk 1580. More First Things First with Dominique DiPrima when we come forward.
Good morning, I'm Ree Harris, and here's the latest from the Black Information Network. President Biden and First Lady Jill Biden will travel to Arlington, Virginia to celebrate the 75th anniversary for Toys for Tots.
Making history with each of you today is a monumental moment in my life and in Los Angeles.
African-American Karen Bass was sworn in Sunday, and she's declared a state of emergency on homelessness. Bass said more than 40,000 people are homeless in Los Angeles.
To the city's outgoing officials, thank you for your service. We build on your work. And to those remaining and newly taking office, I look forward to a closely aligned relationship as we create opportunities for the people of this great city.
And that's the latest. I'm Ree Harris on your 24/7 news source, the Black Information Network and BINnews.com.
Perk
up your holidays with one of the Coffee Bean's signature holiday drinks, like the Peppermint Mocha Cream Cold Brew with a frosty cream cap, or the Macadamia White Chocolate Ice Blended Drink. Add whip if you're feeling extra. Sip into the holidays and treat yourself at the Coffee Bean and Tea Leaf today.
This is the KBLA Sports Minute with Ray Richardson.
The Lakers got strong performances from LeBron James and Anthony Davis in a 7-point win at Detroit. The win snapped a 3-game losing streak and helped the Lakers finish 3-3 on their 6-game road trip through the Eastern Conference. LeBron led the Lakers with 35 points. AD had a monster game. 34 points, 15 rebounds, 7 assists, and 2 steals. The Lakers are back home Tuesday night to play Boston. The Celtics have the NBA's best record at 21-6. The Chargers hold off Miami for a 23-17 win at SoFi. Congratulations to the 12-1 Philadelphia Eagles. They are the first team this season to clinch a spot in the NFL playoffs. No debates, no speculation, just the info you need. That's your KBLA Sports Minute. I'm Ray Richardson. This sports report was brought to you by MVP Accident Attorneys. When it comes to your settlement, we're slam dunk. Call 833-MVP-WINS or check their website at themvp.com for a free case review.
When you're the victim of a car accident, hiring the right law firm can be the difference between a rewarding settlement and striking out. Call the pros at MVP Accident Attorneys at 833-MVP-WINS for your free consultation.
Call on me, your MVP.
KBLA Talk 1580 invites you to join us in celebrating the season of giving by being part of the solution. As we enjoy great food, family, warmth, and well wishes in whatever our festive tradition may be, we share the beauty of the season by reaching out to the less fortunate. Please help us to help others with the KBLA Cover the Houseless Cozy Community Coat and Blanket Drive. All you have to do is drop off new or clean, gently used winter coats and blankets in the KBLA lobby during business hours. Now through December 20th, all of the coats and blankets will be donated to unsheltered individuals and families experiencing houselessness. Simply bring your donation to 4434 Crenshaw Boulevard in Los Angeles, near Vernon Avenue, from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. weekdays. That's 4434 Crenshaw in historic Leimert Park. During the holidays and every day, let's remember, we keep us safe. We keep us warm. We are the safety net. And together, we can cover the unsheltered. Get caught up in the spirit of the season, the spirit of love. Make a difference with your friends at KBLA Talk 1580.
The Los Angeles Urban League helps African American and others in underserved communities achieve true social parity, economic self-reliance, and civil rights. For over 100 years, Los Angeles Urban League has ensured our communities have access to careers with living wages, opportunities to start and grow businesses, and clear pathways to personal and professional growth. Programs like BizCamp, Construction Career Academy, Bob Business Ready, and B-Warp. The Black Wealth Attainment and Retention Program are examples of the ongoing events designed to make our centennial mission to rebuild Black Wall Street right here in LA a reality. To sign up for our newsletter or to support the Los Angeles Urban League with your time, talent, and donations, visit laul.org. That's laul.org. The Los Angeles Urban League is a proud sponsor of Urban Family Focus, Saturdays at 7 a.m. on KBLA Talk 1580.
Thanks for waking up with Dominique DiPrima on KBLA Talk 1580.
I do appreciate you. I'm talking with Dr. David Horne. So I want to talk about Councilmember Kevin DeLeon, who is under a lot of pressure to resign. He hasn't resigned following the whole racism, gerrymandering, sexism. I mean, all the problems on that tape, legendary by now. He's the only one still standing. Gil Cedillo no longer in office because he was replaced by voters. And, of course, Nuri Martinez, the council president, stepped down. Ron Herrera stepped down. We now have a black woman in that spot. Yvonne Wheeler is the head of the LA Fed. But Kevin DeLeon refuses to step down. His term doesn't end until 2024. He shows up to the council after, over a month of not going to work, although he claims he has to keep his job so he can do work for his constituents and that he's doing it without going to actually work. Anyway, have you seen the tape? This tape where, and there's two versions of it. One is just the part with Kevin DeLeon attacking Jason Reedy, an activist. And the other one is a longer one where you can kind of see how the whole thing starts. And it appears from that DeLeon actually started it, as far as the physical altercation part goes.
Yeah, and since we were not there, I don't know. But what I do know is getting him recalled is going to be a tough nut to crack if they have the kind of organizers in his community who want him out. Then he can be taken out. I don't think it's going to happen.
The recall petition is in motion, and I guess they have to try to get the signatures. You're right. They have to be from within the district. I've seen a lot of people within the district protesting against him. That said, he is a community organizer. He showed up to City Hall, and, that was really suspect. He was able to pack City Hall with his supporters, even though the protesters against him have been kept out of City Hall because they're being told that City Hall is at capacity. So somebody is complicit with DeLeon, to me, if his supporters are allowed to pack the place, but folks that want him to resign are being kept out and told that chambers are full. What kind of shenanigans are those?
He knows the ins and outs of the building, and he knows who to talk to. He knows how to get his people in.
But it means that somebody is going along with that. Somebody on the council, and that is crazy collusion.
They don't have to be on the council. They don't have to be on the council. They just have to be people in charge of the building.
Right.
They don't have to be in the council.
So you said, and last time we talked, that you didn't think that the recall would be successful. We'll see. I don't think so. I think he's going to get recalled. But I think you texted me, or what, 7 out of 7 right now in your predictions. So, but that said, why can't he be charged with assault? And wouldn't that be grounds for dismissal?
No, actually.
What? But you can be on the city council and be assaulting people, and it's all good? How does that work? If I assault someone at this radio station, I'm toast.
The
Probably.
whether he was the instigator of the so-called assault or not would be the problem. The whole thing about machismo and you ain't gonna test my manhood kind of stuff, and you up in my face in this crowd.
No, you can't hit someone. You cannot hit someone. Okay, I need a lawyer. I don't. Why can't we charge him with assault? That's a felony. Get him out of there. Look.
No, he didn't. No, he didn't. Somebody showed up at his party. Somebody showed up at a.
It was a public event. It was a public event. It was
for him.
No, not for him. A charitable event for the community.
It was basically for him.
No, his council district was behind it. But even if it was for him, you don't get to assault people. It's against the law, and it doesn't make any sense. I mean, beyond the criminal part.
If you listen to this. If somebody comes up in my face, as I'm trying to move through with the community, whatever event I'm attending, you get up in my face,
right?
Forget my position. If you're in my face and I feel a threat to me or people around me, I am going to move on you. That's the way I've been raised.
That's maybe the way you've been raised, but it's not the law. Look, ask Chris Brown. He can't even wink at a person without somebody saying they assaulted him. People can talk all the smack they want. You don't get to attack them. Dr. Horne, he had a ton of staffers with him. Any wise, seasoned council person would step back and let their staff deal with it. No, he wanted to smash the guy into the table. I don't care what he said. You don't get to do that.
Machismo says.
Machismo. What does that have to do with the law?
You don't test my manhood. You don't come up in my
There's
face.
There's no statute that says if you're testing my manhood, you can smack me down. That's not in the law. I don't care how you were raised, and I don't care how KDL was raised.
No. Self-defense is in the law.
But they have to touch you first. You don't, self-defense doesn't mean someone talks smack and says stuff you don't like and you get to beat them up. That's not self-defense. Self-defense, if they put their hands on you, then you can respond.
They can be in your face, spitting in your face, yelling in your face. And that can be taken as...
Oh, Lord. Okay, one of my lawyer friends is going to text me right now. I know they are. I'm like, I see crimes. I see definite crimes. Assaulting one of your constituents. But anyway.
I bet you that's not going to be how this comes out.
Yeah, I bet it isn't either, but I'm not saying it couldn't be. I'm saying, why couldn't it be? Then you don't have to wait for a recall election. Just put his butt in jail. How about that?
But you would have to prove that he assaulted you as
it's
opposed
on
to
tape.
You assaulted him.
Right. It's on tape.
Not what that tape can be interpreted a whole bunch of ways.
Okay, well, I guess we're going to see. Look, Dr. Horne, this, to me, people, the LA Times is going on and about, the protesters are too confrontational. He should step his butt down. We should not have to have racist...
He's not going to do that.
On the city council. Well, so if he doesn't, he should expect the consequences. You don't just get to be a racist, sexist, misogynist, and just keep on going like nothing happened. That's not what you get to do. There's actions have consequences. Words have meanings.
But microaggressions do not end up being racist.
It's not a microaggression if you're in power and you're carving up districts and resources based on your racist ideology and your belittling understanding of how black people and black power moved. That's beyond just microaggression. It's a macroaggression when you have a voice in the budgeting process and policies.
Yeah, I'm not one of them, but DeLeon has a number of black supporters.
Well, yeah, but those are the usual suspects.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna put it like that. Those are the usual suspects. Those are folks that don't prioritize black people. You'd have to be. How could you be standing with a racist, sexist, misogynist, homophobe?
Look, I'm definitely not a
anti-indigenous,
but answer me one question.
But you sound like an apologist. I'm not saying you're a supporter, but you're saying, he can stay there. I think he will stay there. He has a right to stay there.
I'm saying he will stay there. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying he should. I'm not saying he has a right.
But you just said he hasn't attacked. He has a right to attack a person that's talking smack. I don't care what the person says to you. You don't get to attack them.
You have a right to defend yourself.
Yeah, when someone physically harms you, you have a right to.
I'm telling you that in terms of the interpretation of the tape that you're talking about, he can and probably will claim self-defense.
Of course. And he's already crying, wow, I don't feel safe anywhere I go. Yeah, well, neither do your constituents now that you're punching people. I also think it was wrong that the city council president immediately jumped to the defense of DeLeon in that meeting and blamed the protesters. No, you haven't. There's been no investigation of what happened with the incident where DeLeon is beating someone else. So you shouldn't be automatically taking his side. You should be saying, we will make a determination pending an investigation.
You already are saying that he was beating somebody up.
It's on tape. He's smashing him into the table. He's dragging him down the hall. That's if it was school.
Based on
Trust me.
What prior incident? I'm telling you that they're not going to
you can see where it starts. Okay. Dr. Horne, if it would have been the other way around and Reedy would have been smashing DeLeon into the table, Reedy would be in jail right now, I promise you.
Yeah, he would be.
So that's wrong. It's not what's good for the goose is good for the gander. You don't get to, you're not a king. You're a city council member. You don't get to beat people up and you don't get to threaten people. Sorry.
All I'm saying is based on that tape and based on all the other information coming out about it, since the prior sheriff has been removed, there will be no visitation to his house to arrest him. They're not.
The sheriff is offering him a personal escort out of wherever protesters show up. And that's more money coming out of our city coffers for this disgraced councilman.
He will, 9 times out of 10, he is going to survive all of this carnage and still be on the city council in 2023.
We shall see. We're talking with Dr. David Horne. Good morning. Happy Monday. It's KBLA Talk 1580.
We may be LA's newest talk station, but when you're punching above your weight, it's not about whether you can throw a punch. Can you take a punch? We're unapologetically progressive. KBLA Talk 1580. KO! And we don't black down.
Black music and entertainment OGs still making moves. Maisha Cairo here with your K-Black Minute News. First stop, Bobby Brown announces upcoming world tour with New Edition in 2023. Ricky Bell, Michael Bivins, Ronnie DeVoe, Ralph Tresvant, and Bobby Brown. According to Brown, the group's bond is too strong to permanently break. In other news, Gladys Knight is awarded with Kennedy Center honors from President Joe Biden. The 7-time Grammy Award winner Gladys Knight, 78 years old, received the Kennedy honors for her contribution to the arts. And if you didn't know, the Empress of Soul will soon be releasing a scripted miniseries about her life that she is executive producing. And last stop, Mike Tyson and Ice Cube sit down for a chat, and Ice Cube reveals that he's doing what he can to regain control of the Friday franchise to, quote, make the fans happy. That's your K-Black Minute News.
Strengthening the Black Village is a nonprofit offering free, effective Black parenting training to those court-mandated to take parenting courses, and we're open to others. Register for our February 6, 2023 course by calling 323-804-8469. That's 323-804-8469. Visit strengtheningtheblackvillage.org. That's strengtheningtheblackvillage.org.
Did you know addiction to drugs like meth or cocaine is a disease and not a choice? But getting help is. If you have stimulant use disorder, you, your family, and friends may have a lot of questions, including where to start. Choose Change California can help. Make a change today and find a proven treatment option for you at choosechangeca.org.
Central Neighborhood Health Foundation is a full-service network of federally qualified health care centers that serves local communities throughout Los Angeles, Riverside, and San Bernardino counties. CNHF clinics provide low-cost to no-cost, compassionate, comprehensive, quality health care, which includes primary care services for chronic disease and diabetes management, pediatric and women's services, preventive care, vision and dental screenings, COVID-19 testing and vaccines, flu vaccines, behavioral health, HIV, and substance use services. Virtual telehealth visits are available from the comfort of your home with highly qualified physicians and medical professionals. CNHF also provides peer support specialist training and help with housing navigation. Central Neighborhood Health Foundation. Your wellness is our priority. Comprehensive care built on trust and respect. For more information, visit cnhfclinics.org or call 213-536-5815 today to locate a clinic near you.
Looking for legitimate political discourse without the bear spray? Tune in and speak out. KBLA Talk 1580.
Doesn't mean it can't be lively just because we don't have bear spray. Dr. David Horne, what do you talk to me about your the text that you gave me, because I can't even remember. I know you predicted that Bass would win. I know that. I was worried.
And Warnock, and basically all of the other senators that the Democrats, that would be no red wave. That was a fiction. That the Democrats would be able to hold their own in most parts of the country, definitely in California, where 49 of the 53. 48 or 49 and 53 are generally Democrats. But my prediction was that it was a scare tactic to say that the naysayers were going to come in and take over the government. That did not happen, and that, and political logic was clear that it was not going to happen. It was just it was a scare tactic.
You're talking about like the election deniers, those folks?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, them. Yeah,
I do remember you saying that that wasn't going to happen. And there has been a lot of talk about saving our democracy. Do you feel like that holds up, in 2024 and beyond? It does seem like I'm hearing less loud election denying.
Because most of them lost. And Boebert may end up losing too when they do the recount, since she only was ahead by 500 votes.
Yeah.
Most of those folk who were talking about, democracy needs to go on the shelf, basically didn't know what they were talking about. It will. Democracy is not saved yet, but it is definitely not. It's out of the rapids. Okay, it's still in the water, but it's out of the rapids.
Yeah. What was your? I mean, out of the election, what was your favorite, most hopeful thing that happened?
That there were a lot of black folk who won, women and men. That young brother, the 25-year-old brother.
Maxwell Frost.
Maxwell Frost. Even though that was exciting to see young people actually get involved and want to be part of the change that they have been talking about. It bothered me that the brother got to Washington, however, and then couldn't get a place to live.
Isn't that crazy? He couldn't afford a place to live. And that's the same thing that happened to AOC, right? When and was apparently starving between the time he got elected and the time he gets sworn in, because he was driving Uber just to finance himself during the campaign. That's crazy.
That's right.
But that shows you how our government is set up for the rich to lead.
But I give the brother a year. He will be well stocked within a year. Once you get elected, you don't have to really worry about money coming in. There will be a lot of money coming in.
I mean, I get that, but it's the thing of getting there. Like, not everyone's going to starve and drive Uber, or in AOC's, case, tend bar and be hungry and not have a place to live until you get across the finish line. We're talking with Dr. David Horne and you. It's KBLA Talk 1580.
We don't try to be all things to all people. We just remain true to who we are. You're listening to KBLA Talk 1580. KBLA Talk 1580 wishes you a happy holiday and wants to bless you with one night only. A Wonder Winter's Night presented by Stevie Wonder's House Full of Toys benefit concert. Saturday, December 17th at Microsoft Theater. Download the KBLA Talk 1580.com mobile app to enter to win a pair of tickets. This has been a community call to action brought to you by KBLA Talk 1580. KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580 joins you in standing for human rights. The Los Angeles Civil, Human Rights and Equity Department, or LA Civil Rights for short, is focused on reducing bias and injustices while leveling the playing field. LA Civil Rights does this through equity and empowerment, the Office of Racial Equity, hate prevention, upward mobility programming, and youth programming. They convene commissions and advisory councils. The Civil, Human Rights and Equity Department of the City of Los Angeles is led by founding executive director Capri Maddox and is breaking new ground for municipal governance. LA Civil Rights oversees citywide initiatives, including the Renew program, LA Repair program, and the LA for All campaign. The LA Civil Rights Department believes that the goals of equity and inclusion for all people can be achieved through hard work and collective action. To get involved and be part of the solution, report a civil rights violation, or get more information, visit civilandhumanrights.lacity.org. That's civilandhumanrights.lacity.org, or call 213-978-1845. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
The Institute for Diversity Certification is all about the 3 Ds: dedication, determination, and discipline. Learn more about our globally recognized diversity certification program today by calling 1-800-983-6192. Again, 1-800-983-6192, or visit diversitycertification.org. As the #1 organization for certified diversity professionals and also certified diversity executive credentials, diversitycertification.org will provide an opportunity for you to demonstrate dedication to the field, determination to make progress, and more discipline to your process. Go today and learn more about the diversity certification system. Call 1-800-983-6192. Again, 1-800-983-6192. Or go to diversitycertification.org. That's diversitycertification.org. The standard of excellence, equity, diversity, and inclusion.
We knew you'd stick around. This is LA's home for progressive talk radio. Be heard. Welcome back to KBLA Talk 1580.
Okay, I said last week that I needed someone smarter than me to answer this question, Dr. David Horne, about whether or not Kristen Sinema leaving the Democratic Party makes any difference. She will now call herself an independent. None at all. Okay, good. I'm glad to hear it. Tell us why.
There are already 2 independents who caucus with the Democrats. She will generally caucus with the Democrats, but she basically brought the corporation point of view into the meeting anyway. She was as what Bernie Sanders said, she was the corporation Democrat. She was always pushing the idea of how do we help these people who are making money,
right? Especially Wall Street.
Money.
Yeah, especially Wall Street.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay, well that's good news.
The Democrats still have what they had even before the Warnock election victory. They still have what is considered the majority, and they are going to be able to run most of the Senate committees. If this is going back to the kind of divided government that was apparent during Barack Obama's second term.
So because Republicans don't have that 50, they're not going to get those co-chairs on the committees.
They're not going to get the co-chairs on the committee.
Okay,
that's correct.
Good news. All right, we just got about a minute. Go ahead.
And the House can pass what it wants. It won't get through the Senate.
Yeah.
It's the same kind of divided government Barack Obama ended up with.
Yeah. Just quickly, I say it's the usual suspects, black folks supporting Kevin DeLeon, but maybe I'm wrong. So who do you know that's supporting him?
Look, I'm not putting anybody's name out on the radio. but
yes, do it.
No, and again, I'm not a supporter for DeLeon. All I'm saying is, if there are people in his community who want to get rid of him, they're going to have to organize to do that. And so far, that has not shown itself. Nobody has stepped forward to show that they can pull that off.
Well, they do have the recall petition, so they've got. I think
but you got to have the numbers.
Yeah, I think they have 120 days to gather those 20,000 signatures. So they're going to need 25,000 because some of them will get thrown out. So you want to have wiggle room.
Exactly.
Dr. David Horne.
I don't think it's going to work. I think he's still going to be a city councilman through 2024.
Well, thank you so much for being with us. It's always fun to agree, disagree, and inform with you.
Thank you, Dominique. It is always pleasant and wise to spend time with such a great collaborator, such a great public servant. And we will continue this.
All right, to be continued. It's KBLA Talk 1580.
KBLA 1580 Santa Monica.